Um, and I'll tell you this, for anybody who doesn't know, was until I was made the king of Fuji music, my mentors switched to address himself as creator of Fuji because his son becomes the king of Fuji. The secret is, I've been saying this for a very long time. I said, I never overdo things. I know my limitation, and when I got to the limitation, I never break it. When you have a routine that you set for yourself, you always find yourself the way you want to see yourself.
Is there any other thing you feel make you look enviable at 60? Do you probably have a beauty regimen, maybe exercise or?
Like a normal thing, the usual minor exercise, because I do more than enough exercises. To be on stage for longer hour, that's also an exercise. So you don't want to strain yourself to overdo it. By doing that, you cause damages to yourself as well. I'm not in contention for any sporty thing other than what I'm doing. I'm just doing my thing in my own way. And my containment as well. The kind of food I choose is for myself.
Well, from your celebration from Ijebu to Ibadan, and then of course later last year, the tourist beach, somebody was consequently meeting at your birthday, your wife. Where is she?
Oh, my wife, my family.
Yeah.
My family, actually, that's what you should say. Yeah. My wife and my younger kids, they are back in America now. And I have not really set parties. Only parties being organized by people for me. Some of my friends, they want to celebrate me, which is good. I appreciate that, but I believe that's the boys' boys' outing. So.
All right. Now, how your path crossed for you to have been able to put celebration of your birthday aside and because choose to be on stick for him?
Baba has been a wonderful father, a very good man. I was discovered when I was relatively young, and they do all by their means to see that I am up there. They give good promo. When I started, I was recording for Omajo Records, Adetunji Records, then Omajo Records, and we're making good the business of music. And Baba, like I said, has been a wonderful person who's been there for me. So if my birthday last year and this year was put aside to celebrate Baba ascending the throne and celebrating 1 year also, I don't think that's too much. I'm happy it fell on my birthday. As a matter of fact, that of the coronation, I was so happy. There can't be no other best gift than seeing your mentor, the man that made you, that contributed a lot of his life into making you be what you are, getting a very prestigious, right and authority like that.
What is loyalty to King Wasiu? What is loyalty to you?
Loyalty is something that never makes or mess word. Loyalty should be 100% and one.
Fuji name, or Fuji as a music, or Fuji as the name of that genre?
As a matter of fact, I think it will better be said by people that attended the function, not only by what was recorded of me, per se, because the bone of contention that day was someone saying the word was written, Fuji music derived its name from Fuji Island. That was no. That's no, capital no. Fuji music never derived its name from Fuji Island. And I doubted if my late mentor ever said a thing like that. In his characteristic manner, he could say a lot of things, but I'm sure today he's resting well with his creator. My mentor wouldn't have said the name Fuji came from Fuji Island. He might likening it to the name Fuji Island, not it came from. Because the corn word of Fuji, Fuji means Faji. I said it that day. Fuji means Faji. It's a corn word used by our people, our old people. Yoruba word, kini Fuji, kini Faji, omo kini Faji. It's a slang word like that. It wasn't something anybody will come up now and says, my late mentor said, Fuji, he derived the name Fuji from Fuji Island. No. I'm not contesting leadership of Fuji. We don't even talk about leadership of Fuji. We're not talking about this, we're not talking about that. Many things I dare not want to talk about, but so also many things I've talked about in the past, even when my late mentor was alive. And we've discussed this many of the time when he was alive. We never disagree on very many things. And I will never come out, like I said, if you go back and play the tape, I said the man today is late. Yoruba don't talk bad or ills about the dead. I said it that did you, do you remember? Yes. So, number one, I am not there to castigate him or to kind of ridicule his person or my loyalty to him. My loyalty to him, I'm so loyal to him to the point I gave him a befitting burial. Nobody can take that away from me. That's an arrangement between me and him when he was alive, to be so given a befitting burial, which I did. And I won't come out to rubbish him. So anybody reading meaning to my saying that day, it wasn't anything, very unusual. I never said anything not worth saying. I'm not discussing the creation of Fuji. There are a lot of people that does Ajiwere Ajisari. God uses my boss, my mentor, to make a turnaround of the journey of music today we call Fuji music. Nobody can take that away from him. He has gotten himself so well by doing so good to that journey of music. Nobody can take that away from him. He has a lot of accomplishments that nobody can take away from him as well, including myself. But don't let us miss word to say Fuji music derive its name from Fuji Island. No. N-O. No.
Oh, great. I'm quite happy that you've been able to expatiate on that, of course, enlighten the public. But then there are insinuations that, the promise made by Lagos State government to ensure that his resting place, the Fuji Chamber at his solo, is made a tourist site, and people believe K1 the Ultimate can pull it because of your closeness to the people in power. What is stopping that dream from coming to pass?
Number one, the dream to have him buried in his house, right inside the house, was construed by me, myself, and me alone. But with support of good people that knows the worth of wanting to set a standard and record for someone. You want to give someone a befitting burial, you want to turn things around, you want to make him evergreen in the life of people for years and years and years to come. I came up with the idea, and I sell the idea to much older people than me, to the family, and was agreed. It's the best thing. And when I was doing that, my feelings to do that was 100% genuine to my love for him. Everything was done solely by myself. And when I was doing that, I have my plan. I've talked to the leadership of the government of the state, and leadership of the government of the state agrees. If this is what we wanted to do, they will be there to assist us. That's a good and huge promise that I want to build up on. But a tree doesn't make a forest. I haven't done all the burial thing. Burial thing is the first stage. The other stage is, first and foremost, the house in question, where the man lives, was tagged and named, christening Fuji Chamber. If I do not accept to his leadership, if I doubted his leadership, if his leadership is under any contention, I wouldn't have agreed to want to give him a befitting burial to the point of turning Fuji Chamber to the house of Fuji. Because I believe it turns things around. It was the great success and achievement we had of Fuji. So for anybody to read other meaning, that's a minus on them. Poor you. You can't win any support through that. The one of the state haven't done everything possible for us to do. You know the bureaucracy about leadership of government. Government itself, you have to keep on going and going to serve a reminder of what you wanted to do. There are a lot of good people in society who are so good that has much record that probably their family will want them to immortalize the name of their person. Unfortunately, not everybody government can serve just like that. Even when we don't even take support from government, it's something we can do ourselves. The journey of Fuji music is so great and huge in followership. We can do things by ourselves. But get something. Sometimes when someone that is knowledgeable, that understands situation, is planning and laying planning, the best other could do is to join hand with him to make a good out of what he is planning. That's the only way we can achieve success. Not by criticizing. If anybody chooses to be criticizing me thinking you just want to take the credit, I'm not going to take a credit only. My mother doesn't take credit alone of bringing me to this world. She shared it surely with my father. So I wouldn't want to share anything also alone by myself. I want to share it with people. So better join hand with me and turn Fuji around for the good.
What's your relationship with the children of the late Ayinde Barrister?
Yeah, the children, they are my children. But the fact is, everybody must put hand on deck to see things work betterly. And that's the only way we can achieve. They, the children. One thing the children should realize is this. They can inherit the shoe, the clothing, very many things purchased by our father. That can be inherited. What they cannot inherit is that FUJI is bigger than just one person. Bigger than him, bigger than me, bigger than every one of us. So when they realize that, the best they could do is, they don't want that journey of music to die. They better come and put hands together. Oh, honestly, that's the only way. I wouldn't say, they're all adults. I am busy, they are busy. If they want, I doubted if Mountain could not go to Mohammed should come to Mountain. So even if they don't see me, they better come for me. If they know we have one goal, we all have to achieve together. That's best for them. Not when his children will go out and call all Fuji musicians ingrates. So irritating. No. You want to call all Fuji musicians ingrates and you want them to do something in supportive of you? No.
Now, what really is the place of Fuma in the music industry in Nigeria? Is Fuma still relevant?
Fuma is very much relevant. When the idea to establish and founded Fuman Camp, we did that to give the very best to our genre of music. I construed the committee and the people that wrote the Constitution of Fuji Musicians Association of Nigeria, Fuman. It was done right in my sitting room. My secretary typed, my lawyer supervised, and he did the registration, and everything was done in open. I never turned anything around it in there to suit just only me and me alone. Everything was done. In reality, we have a big association that's bigger than just one person. Fuji Musician Association is big, so also the players, they are big too. But I doubted if you will be bigger than the genre of music that you play. So it's something that can never die. Fuji music will supersede all of us. But everybody just have to play their duty, their roles. Play it well. I'm playing my own very well. And I will say 100% I'm on course. So if you know you are on course, show it, let's see.
That's interesting. I found out that there are these insinuations that K1 the Ultimate is always the one who's cutting corners, using his influence to get things from government, government officials, and not allowing other Fuji artists, to have access to government officials. Do you have anything to say as regards that?
Number one, I am not the owner of Nigeria as a country. I can't be the owner of every government of a state of Nigeria. I can only come forward to ask for something for myself. I can't ask something, and I will never ask something on behalf of a group of people. It's not my role. I'm not the president of Fuman. Oh yes, I did all I did about Fuman for the good of everybody, but that still don't make me. No government will come out today and say, we gave you something on behalf of group of people. No, I don't do that. I'm a professional, and I know what it is to be a professional, and I do all my things with dictates to the fact I have fear of God. I'm serving God. I don't want to serve anybody. I'm serving God. So if fear of God is in me and you don't see it, then you are blind. That's just the truth.
Talking about serving God, you donated your solo house to the Mujahideen Islamic Foundation, MIFO. Now, what informed that decision?
MIFO is my association. I founded it with a lot of good people that are dedicated to the cause of Islamic. And I can't do, there's nothing I do that is too big. There's not too, nothing I do that's too big or too much for the association, because what you believe in is what you believe in, and you better continue to be serving what you believe in. So that I am doing. I'll probably not be the first person to do that, neither would I be the last. But I find joy in seeing me doing that, donating my house to the cause of Islam, because it's what I was born into, it's what I served, it's what I believe in. If I have opportunity.
This title or the other, people believe you are described as the king of Fuji music. And people wonder, why should you call yourself king of Fuji music? Or why should anybody call you king of Fuji music when Alhaji Kollington Ayinde is still alive and is the contemporary of the former boss?
Number one, both my late mentor and boss and Alhaji Kollington, they were both alive when I was crowned the king of Fuji music in the open by the NTA and Committee of Artist Manager and Music Promoters at Ibadan, the first television station. It wasn't something done in the hidden, neither was done at a corner, it was done in the open. So I was crowned while they were there, and they rejoiced with me. As a matter of fact, on the day of my crowning, the photograph we took, myself and my late boss, we have a photograph of that occasion together, and I use it in my album. That shows he attested to the fact that I was crowned the king of Fuji music. And I'll tell you this, for anybody who doesn't know, was until I was made the king of Fuji music, my mentors switched to address himself as creator of Fuji, because his son becomes the king of Fuji. So anybody who wants to doubt that, you go back to record as well.
Wow. Then, I want to believe you've had this before. A lot of people believe you are not up to 60. Now, why are you making the claim that you're 60 years old?
Maybe they should need to tell me what age they think I am. But I have my first child as 40-year-old, as at the moment I'm talking. My firstborn is 40-year-old, and I doubted if I have him when I was 12, neither when I was 15. So even if you had that up, if I have my first child as 40-year-old, what age did I have my first child? I had my first child when I was 20-year-old. And today I am 60 by the grace of Almighty God.
Issue came up during the Goldberg talk show, and that's to do with the fact that a collaboration, will be happening between you and your friend Sashino Peters. Is this looking good? Is this something that can happen?
Yeah, collaboration. Yeah, Sashino Peters is my friend. Collaboration is one of the best things that many artists of the world will put together to keep entertainment going. So if anybody suggested collaboration between me and him, so long he's an artist, I'm an artist. You are not bringing a boxer to do collaboration with me, a singer. This is a singer, and he happens to be my friend, my long-time childhood friend. We are very, very good friends. The genre of music we play might be different, but the fact still remains, if for the good of entertainment, nothing stopped me from doing that. And I said it that day. I said, the organizer must be ready to bring out big dough. It's money. Just bring money.
That's interesting. Like how much are you looking at now?
Oh, it must be in the region of big and huge.
Now you tell me, what is keeping Let the Music Flow album from not being released? It's been long, we're waiting.
Yes, the album is made. is completed. But situation about piracy, that's so hard. And the investment we had on Let the Music Flow is huge. We were looking at how we make the returns of all these investments, and we're working out modalities to see that we do not run at loss. Definitely, money invested by the investors should be made to be realized. Not when we invested, say, like 100 million and we were unable to make 20 million. Who bear the loss? Who bear the loss? And everybody world over knows the situation about free downloading of music and other thing. But mind you, Let the Music Flow is coming out shortly. It will be out. You're going to listen to it. It's bam.
You were due to have a tour last year, and your fans globally were waiting, but it never happened.
I was on tour. I did tour last year. The other tour, by the second part, which was slated for October, the second leg of it was put on hold. And for gains reason, much of planning needs when you are traveling on a tour. You call it a tour. A tour is something you must be fully prepared for. If artists prepare for tour and music promoters or regional promoters are not prepared, then what's the need of the tour? We were doing all that to see that we did well. The people we're going to, we want to give them the full returns on their money. We want to give them joy. We want them to come to realize what the troops out for is something worth coming out for. And that's our continuing to be given the very best of music.
I found out from your recent interview that you were into clearing and clearing agency, in the past.
Yeah, that was my first trade.
I found that interesting.
Oh, that was my first trade when I was like 17, 18, 19, 21. Wow. I used to work with Orin. I work with Panapina. I'm a trained custom clearing agent.
Really?
Yeah, that's my first job. Music took that away from me.
Oh, that's good. Maybe that's where you made your first million from.
When I said I made my first million at 19, many people doubted that. I used to be a clearing agent. I work with reputable organization, Orin and Panapina. I am a release and delivering clerk stationed at the Apapa port. I was making money then.
Can you recall what really happened when Elijah Adetunji asked your mom, Elijah, to go and get part of the money to be used for the production of your first album, Iba? Did you believe you could get the money? And what did your mom do ordinarily to get that money?
As a new entrant, maybe the man never felt
you are what?
He could not what investing, that he could make his return as expected by our demands. And we proved to him we meant serious business. I put down the 50% of the total gross of the album.
Wow.
Not to him, but to buy. I bought 50% of the record printed. 50% of it. So the man felt relieved to say, okay, if you can buy 50% of the copies of the record, then I can do the rest myself. And he felt so happy that someone that so meant good for himself. Definitely, that's what we did. And guess what? The 50% of the album that I bought, they later come back to buy it off me again.
Wow.
Because
there was demand.
The demand was high, was so much. Thank you, Baba Adetunji.
And did that explain the loyalty?
Oh my God. Baba, there can be no man like Baba. There can be no man like him. And that's why I like him. I like him because it gets to a point we were trading, this time not about money, but about the kind of relationship, father-son relationship would be with one another. And it still, gets up to this moment. Baba is sleeping. Baba will wake up anytime he heard I'm around. Up till now. Because he believes so much in me.
Okay, well, you hardly talk about your dad.
My dad is dead.
I know. I mean, the moment he was alive, what were impact it made in your life?
It made a huge impact in my life. I'm my father's best friend when he was alive. My father hardly do anything without consulting me. Every other of my siblings knows, other of his children, they knows very well that he so much love me, and he believes so much in me. He does everything to prepare me for a better future. My father, a prince from Ijebu, a very proud man who believes so much in family value, and he's a workaholic. He imbibed that in me. Everything you see in me today, that's the very best thing of my father. I'm carbon copy of both my father and my mother. Sometimes you look at me, this side I look at my mom, the other side I look at my dad. I'm very proud of my father. Though he's late today, and I'm doing things by the way he wants.
He wanted you to go into music.
He wants to see me go to school and do any other thing. Unfortunately, he could not see me doing the music thing.
Okay. Now, lastly for me, if you were not into music, what would you think you have done? And done it in a way you're doing your music perfectly.
My dream, honestly, all my life is to see myself being a lawyer. That's why I'm so happy with any of my children that goes into the area of law, to be defender of the law, to be defender, agent of the law, defender of the law, to speak, to defend people in the area of law. Yeah.
And you achieved this in a tremendous way.
Oh my God, I did.
Thank you very much, Ayinde.
Thank you.